Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise and give you the essential insights. Today, we're plunging into a comprehensive weekly soccer roundup from August 24-31, 2025. This past week delivered, well, a whirlwind of action from dramatic European League results and some seismic transfer news to that highly anticipated Champions League draw.
And our mission for you today is to unpack these sources, sifting through the reports to pull out the most important insights and maybe some surprising facts, too. We're going beyond just the score sheets to explore how new signings are making an immediate tactical impact, confronting the unfortunate but absolutely critical issue of racism that, continues to plague the sport, and dissecting the exciting new format for Europe's premier club competition. So get ready for your shortcut to being truly well-informed about the beautiful game.
Okay, let's kick things off with the drama from Europe's top leagues. Week 3 certainly didn't hold back, delivering some incredible storylines. Instead of just listing results, what caught your eye in the Premier League? New signings were already making significant waves, perhaps hinting at bigger tactical shifts.
Oh, it was an electrifying weekend, especially in England. We saw some wild finishes and, instant impacts from new talent. Take Manchester United's dramatic 3-2 victory over Burnley at Old Trafford. United actually conceded an early own goal.
Oh, really? Right off the bat?
Yeah, and then Burnley fought back to go up 2-1. What's crucial here is how Erik ten Hag's side showed real tactical resilience. It wasn't just individual brilliance that sealed the comeback, though they had that too. A second-half equalizer from new signing Brian Mbeumo and a late penalty from captain Bruno Fernandes. But it was a clear demonstration of their evolving system under pressure, particularly how they maintained attacking width even when trailing.
That resilience is key, isn't it, for any title contender? And Chelsea, are they finally finding their rhythm with their new look?
They absolutely are. Chelsea continued their strong start with a comfortable 2-0 win against Fulham. Goals from João Pedro and Enzo Fernandez kept their momentum going. But the impressive part was their control, especially midfield. Fernandez in particular isn't just scoring. He's dictating play, showcasing a maturity that suggests the team is truly starting to gel and execute Mauricio Pochettino's vision for a dominant, possession-based side.
So stability there. But then we had a genuine shocker. Tottenham Hotspur suffering a surprising 1-0 defeat at home to AFC Bournemouth. What does a result like that tell us?
Yeah, that was a wake-up call for Tottenham, I think. It wasn't just the loss, but how it happened. New signing Evan Nelson scored a brilliant solo effort, which is fantastic for him, obviously. But for Spurs, it highlights a persistent vulnerability to individual moments of brilliance from opposition teams, especially when their own attacking fluency isn't quite there. It suggests that while Ange Postecoglou's high-pressing, attacking philosophy is exciting, it can also leave them exposed at the back against well-organized counter-attacking sides that might need a bit more tactical flexibility.
You love to see a solo effort decide a match, unless you're a Spurs fan, of course. Okay, beyond these specific results, was there a broader trend of new signings making their mark across Europe this week?
Without a doubt. Across the continent, this was a week defined by immediate returns on transfer investments. In Germany, Bayern Munich survived a scare with a narrow 3-2 win over FC Augsburg. And guess what? New signings, Luis Diaz and Michael Olise, both got on the score sheet alongside Serge Gnabry.
Wow, straight away.
Exactly. It showcases Bayern's strategy of integrating top-tier talent quickly, ensuring their attacking firepower remains unmatched despite any defensive lapses.
So new faces already pulling their weight. What about Italy and Spain? Any key takeaways there?
Yeah, in Italy's Serie A, the title contenders demonstrated their grit. Napoli secured a tough 1-0 away win against Cagliari, with Frank Anguissa proving crucial in a tight contest. Roma also registered a 1-0 victory on the road against Pisa, thanks to a fine strike from new signing Matthias Soulé. What's interesting here is that both results highlight the tactical evolution in Serie A. Defensive solidity is still paramount, but moments of individual quality, often from new blood, are increasingly making the difference. Meanwhile, in Spain, Real Madrid orchestrated a 2-1 comeback against Mallorca. Second-half goals from Arda Güler and Vinicius Jr. turned the match on its head.
Classic Real Madrid.
It really is, once again demonstrating their seemingly endless supply of match winners and their unwavering belief, especially in young talents like Güler.
Speaking of match winners, France's Ligue 1 had a particularly explosive performance, didn't it? Sounds like fireworks.
Indeed. Paris Saint-Germain delivered an offensive masterclass in a 6-3 defeat of Toulouse. The standout was marquee summer signing João Neves, who announced his arrival with a spectacular hat-trick.
A hat-trick? Wow!
Yeah. And Ousmane Dembélé also added a brace. This wasn't just a high-scoring game, it was a statement. Neves' performance, particularly his clinical finishing and intelligent movement, suggests he's not just replacing the offensive output of departed stars, but perhaps evolving PSG's attacking structure, making it less reliant on, one single individual. It's a fascinating glimpse into how clubs adapt to major personnel changes and maintain their dominance.
Those kinds of instant impacts from new signings are exactly why the transfer market is so exciting. However, while we celebrate the action on the pitch, the roundup also brought us a stark reminder of the challenges the sport still faces. This is a crucial topic we need to address directly.
Absolutely. It's essential that we don't shy away from these critical issues. The roundup detailed a deeply troubling incident of racist abuse directed at U.S. men's national team star Weston McKennie. This occurred during Juventus's Week 2 match, a 2-0 victory over Parma. After the match, while McKennie was training on the pitch, individuals in the away section subjected him to discriminatory and racist remarks.
That's just completely unacceptable. And sadly, it's not an isolated incident for McKennie or for football in general, is it?
It's a recurring nightmare, and that's precisely why we must shine a light on it. Juventus immediately released a strong statement condemning the abuse and pledged full cooperation with authorities to identify those responsible. However, as the source emphasizes, this is not the first time McKennie has been targeted in Serie A. It underscores that the fight against racism in football is far from over, despite various campaigns and initiatives. This isn't just about one player. It's about the systemic nature of the problem within certain fan bases and the broader football culture. It raises an important question for you, the listener. Are these club statements and fines enough? Or do governing bodies need to implement stricter, more consistent penalties, perhaps points deductions, or even stadium closures across all leagues to truly stamp this out?
That's a tough question. Stronger measures seem necessary.
The goal should be to make racism so costly that clubs and fans are forced to confront it fundamentally, I think.
A powerful point. It really demands a stronger, more unified response. Okay, shifting gears now to Europe's elite competition. The Champions League draw has fans buzzing. This season marks a completely new format. What's different about this year's UEFA Champions League? And what mouth-watering encounters are we looking forward to under this new structure?
Right, this season is a landmark moment. We're witnessing the debut of the brand new 2025-2026 UEFA Champions League phase, operating under a 36-team Swiss model. This format isn't just an adjustment, it's a complete reimagining that promises more big games from the start, making the initial stage much more compelling than the traditional group phase.
Okay, a Swiss model sounds intriguing. For those unfamiliar, how exactly does that work and what are the key benefits?
In essence, instead of being drawn into small groups, all 36 clubs are placed into a single league table. Each team plays 8 matches, 4 at home and 4 away, but crucially, against 8 different opponents.
Okay, so no playing the same team twice in this phase.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It avoids that predictability. The top 8 teams in that single league table then advance directly to the round of 16. Teams finishing from 9th to 24th will enter a 2-legged playoff to determine the other 8 teams that make it into the last 16. The beauty of this is that every single game counts right from the first kickoff in September. There are no dead rubber matches, and every result can drastically impact your standing in the league.
So more intensity from the get-go.
Definitely. For you, the fan, it means more high-stakes football from day one.
So, more chances for upsets, more big team clashes, and less predictable outcomes. That sounds genuinely exciting.
Yeah.
What kind of blockbuster matchups are the English clubs facing under this new, intensified format?
Well, the draw certainly didn't disappoint. It delivered exactly what the new format promised. Instant classics. Liverpool faces a tough road with matchups against European powerhouses, Real Madrid and Inter Milan. Manchester City also contends with Real Madrid, a clash of recent titans that will be a massive tactical chess match. Arsenal has drawn German champions Bayern Munich and Italian giants Inter Milan. 2 seriously difficult tests early on.
That's brutal for Arsenal.
It is. Chelsea will face Spanish champions Barcelona in what is always a fiery rivalry. And both Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle United have daunting fixtures against French champions Paris Saint-Germain.
Goodness me.
These aren't just games. They're immediate tests of squad depth, tactical adaptability, and mental fortitude.
Wow, those are some seriously challenging draws for the English teams right out of the gate. The increased intensity must place immense pressure on squad management. When do these new league phase match days kick off?
The league phase match days will run from September 16-18 for match day 1 all the way through to January 28 for match day 8. It's a packed schedule that truly tests the limits of modern football squads. This raises an important question for you, the club fan. How do you think your team's manager will prioritize? We'll undoubtedly see clubs with deeper benches strategically rotating key players in league games.
To keep them fresh for Europe.
Exactly. To ensure they're fresh for these high-stakes Champions League showdowns, fundamentally changing how managers approach the entire season. The final will culminate on May 30, 2026, at the Puskás Arena in Budapest, Hungary.
That's a marathon of top-tier football. The increased demands of this new Champions League format will undoubtedly test squad depth like never before. And it's probably no coincidence that the final week of the transfer window saw clubs making last-gasp, monumental investments to ensure their rosters are ready for precisely these challenges. What were the most stunning moves that reshaped the Premier League landscape?
Oh, the final days of the transfer window were absolutely electric. Two massive deals stole the headlines and sent shockwaves through the league. First, Newcastle United truly smashed their club transfer record to sign German international striker Nick Woltema from VfB Stuttgart for a stunning £69 million.
$69 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a 23-year-old, imposing 6'6" technical striker. Was one of the most exciting attackers in the Bundesliga last season. Head coach Eddie Howe was thrilled, stating that he fits the profile for exactly what we have been looking to add. This signing isn't just about a striker, it's a statement of intent, suggesting Newcastle is investing in a specific, physically dominant, but technically gifted profile to compete right at the very top.
Newcastle breaking their record again. They really mean business. But there was an even more surprising move. Wasn't there one that really ignites a rivalry?
Indeed. As if Woltmade wasn't enough, Chelsea completed the stunning signing of Argentine winger Alejandro Garnacho from arch-rivals Manchester United for a reported $85 million.
$85 million. From United to Chelsea.
Crazy, right? He's a 21-year-old who was a fan favorite at Old Trafford. The move came after a breakdown in contract negotiations with United. He signed a 5-year contract at Stamford Bridge. Garnacho himself said, "This is a new challenge I am very excited for. Chelsea is a massive club with a project that is very ambitious." This move is a huge, audacious statement from Chelsea, not just strengthening their own squad, but directly weakening a competitor.
That's ruthless.
It highlights the immense financial power, but also, the increasing influence of player agents and the willingness of players to push for moves when talks stall. It fundamentally reshapes the rivalry dynamic.
That truly reshapes the rivalry dynamic, and it shows how much financial muscle is being flexed at the top of the Premier League.
Okay, beyond Europe, the roundup also touched on significant events across the globe and even offered some fascinating resources for fans, players, and coaches.
That's right.
The reach of football is truly global, and the insights extend to every level. In Major League Soccer, all eyes were on Inter Miami as Lionel Messi made a triumphant return from injury.
Ah, yes, Messi. How did he do?
Well, it was in the League's Cup semifinal against their Florida rivals, Orlando City. The Argentine superstar scored 2 late goals, a penalty in the 77th minute, and the winner in the 88th to lead his team to a dramatic 3-1 comeback victory.
Still got it, Ben.
Oh, yeah. This wasn't just a win, it was another demonstration of the Messi effect. His presence alone elevates the entire league, drawing in new fans and proving that even at his age, he still possesses that unmatched, game-changing ability.
Classic Messi magic, even coming back from injury. And that means a final, right?
Yes. The win sets up a thrilling League's Cup 2025 final between Inter Miami and the Seattle Sounders, scheduled for Sunday, August 31st. Also in MLS news, there's a third-place match between LA Galaxy and Orlando City, with a coveted spot in the CONCACAF Champions Cup on the line. These competitions underscore the growing importance of regional club tournaments outside of Europe.
So what does this all mean for international play? I hear the road to 2026 is heating up too, and some of the resources you mentioned for fans tie into that.
Absolutely. With the club season in full swing, the international break is just around the corner for 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. The Roundup highlighted a really valuable resource for navigating the ticketing process for the World Cup, which, let's face it, can be quite complicated with the multi-host format.
Definitely need a guide for that one.
Right. It's called FIFA The Ultimate FIFA World Cup 2026 Ticket Playbook, available as an ebook, audiobook, and with video guides on Shopify or Google Playbooks. The emergence of resources like this highlights a fascinating trend. Accessing major football events is becoming increasingly complex, almost requiring a strategic guide. It reflects the global demand and the intricate logistics involved.
That's incredibly helpful for anyone planning to attend. And there's even something for the younger generation and their coaches, signaling maybe a shift in how we approach youth development.
Precisely. The Kids Coaching Corner announced the launch of 3 brand new book and audiobook combos that speak directly to an evolving philosophy in youth football. For coaches, there's Teaching Soccer IQ, a coach's blueprint, which is a comprehensive guide to defining, teaching, and mastering game intelligence, moving beyond just physical prowess.
Focusing on the brain, not just the feet.
Exactly. For ambitious players and parents, the Prodigy Pathway deconstructs the genesis of elite football talent, analyzing the patterns that shape the world's best. And finally, for technically gifted youth players, Navigating the Speed Paradox offers strategies to leverage skill, intelligence, and creativity, redefining what it means to be fast by focusing on speed of thought.
These sound like amazing resources that really reflect the tactical sophistication of modern football, focusing on intelligence as much as athleticism. And I understand there's a special offer for our listeners.
There is. You can head over to their Shopify store to grab your copies of these innovative resources and use the discount code SHOWPANDPLAY at checkout for a special discount on your order. Additionally, for personalized feedback, there's the Black Mamba Game Tape Analysis service, where players can send in short game clips for a personal video breakdown. This whole suite of resources points to a deeper trend: the democratization of high-level coaching and analytical tools, empowering aspiring players and coaches, raising the bar for talent development everywhere.
What a deep dive into a busy week in soccer. From the electric atmosphere of league matches and the promise of the new Champions League format to the significant shifts in player rosters driven by massive transfers and the ongoing crucial fight for integrity in the sport. There's just so much to absorb.
Indeed. This deep dive has shown us not just the results on the surface, but the underlying currents shaping modern football. The tactical evolutions, the immense economic power, the critical need for social awareness to combat issues like racism, and the continuous, vital effort to develop the next generation of talent at all levels. It's a complex, dynamic ecosystem where, well, everything influences everything else.
So as you reflect on this week's developments and all these different facets of the game, what does it make you think about the balance between the global business of football and the pure, unadulterated passion for the beautiful game? How do these diverse elements shape its future, both on and off the pitch? And what role do you, the fans, the players, and the governing bodies play in navigating that incredibly complex and ever-evolving landscape? Something to chew on until next time.